Let yourself be confident. We tell athletes they need confidence. We tell them confidence matters. We tell them confidence is a competitive advantage. And then we often make them feel uncomfortable when they actually have it. If these mental toughness moments help you, subscribe, like the video, and share it with a teammate who might need this. I'm Dr. Haley Perlus, and I help athletes build the mental side of performance so they can trust themselves when the pressure is high. I had a conversation with an athlete recently that really got me thinking. She was talking about watching professionals in her sport on television. At one point, she said something like, "When I watch them, I think to myself, I can do that." Then she almost pulled the statement back, as if she needed to soften it, as if it sounded inappropriate, as if she needed to make sure I didn't think she was arrogant. And sitting there listening, I thought, this is exactly where we're getting it wrong. Because what I heard wasn't arrogance. What I heard was confidence. What I heard was growth. What I heard was an athlete who was beginning to see what's possible. Now, she acknowledged that there's still a gap. She's a collegiate D1 player. She knows she's not there yet. She knows there's work to do. She knows becoming a professional is still a significant step. But she can see it. She can imagine it. She believes she belongs in the conversation. And that is beautiful. That is exactly what we want. Yet somehow, many athletes have learned that believing in themselves is something they should whisper instead of own. It's almost as if confidence has become socially dangerous. You can work hard. You can improve. You can become exceptional. You just can't talk about it. You can think you're capable, but don't let anyone know. You can believe you're talented, but make sure you immediately downplay it. And I think that message is hurting athletes because confidence and arrogance are not the same thing. Let's talk about the difference. Arrogance says, I'm better than everyone else. Confidence says, I believe in what I am capable of. Arrogance needs comparison. Confidence doesn't. Arrogance depends on putting others beneath you. Confidence allows others to be great too. Arrogance is fragile. Confidence is earned. The athlete I spoke with wasn't saying she was better than the professionals she was watching. She wasn't dismissing their work. She wasn't really even talking about them. She was focusing on herself. So she wasn't minimizing their accomplishments. She was simply recognizing something inside herself. She was saying, I can see a pathway. I can see potential. I think I can do that too. That isn't arrogance. That's vision. And every great athlete I've ever worked with has some version of that belief. At some point, they looked at the people ahead of them and thought, why not me? Not because they were entitled, because they were willing to work for it. The same thing happened in another conversation recently. An athlete had been doing all the right things, training hard, fueling properly, recovering, sleeping, conditioning. Really covering all the bases, being disciplined. And as a result, he felt great. He felt strong. He also liked how he looked. But when he said that part, there was hesitation, almost embarrassment, like admitting that he liked what he saw in the mirror somehow made him shallow. And again, I thought, why? Why is that a problem? Why can't this person like what he sees? If you've spent months or years taking care of your body, why can't you appreciate the results? If you've developed strength, fitness, energy, and health, why can't you celebrate that? Somehow we've created this strange narrative. We tell athletes, take care of your body, optimize your performance, become stronger, become fitter, become healthier. But if you happen to like the way that effort looks physically, now we're uncomfortable. And if appreciating the outcome automatically means you're obsessed with appearance, those aren't the same thing. You can appreciate what your hard work has produced without making appearance your identity. You can celebrate progress without becoming vain. You can enjoy the results without losing perspective. And the same applies to confidence. You can recognize your strengths without becoming arrogant. You can acknowledge your capabilities without becoming egotistical. You can believe in yourself without having to apologize for it. One of the things I teach athletes is confidence needs to be earned. I don't want a fake confidence. I don't want empty affirmations. I don't want athletes walking around trying to convince themselves they're amazing when they haven't done the work. I want evidence. I want preparation. I want competence. I want proof. Because confidence grows from that evidence. It grows from that training. It grows from those repetitions. It grows from experiences where you challenged yourself and discovered what you're capable of. And once you've earned confidence, I want you to let yourself have it. And that's the second part some athletes miss. They work incredibly hard to build confidence, and then they refuse to accept it. They collect evidence and then ignore it. They accomplish things and then explain them away. They improve and then minimize it. Someone compliments them and they immediately reject it. Thank you, but. Someone points out a strength and they deflect. Someone recognizes their growth and they change the subject. At some point, you have to allow yourself to receive what you've earned. You have to let yourself acknowledge your capabilities. You have to let yourself stand tall in your strengths. Because confidence isn't something you receive from other people. Never going to happen. It's something you recognize in yourself. Others can help, but it's here for you to learn for yourself. And here's what I've learned. Athletes who are comfortable with confidence actually tend to be more coachable. They tend to learn faster. They tend to take feedback better because feedback doesn't threaten them. See where I'm going here? They don't need to protect their ego. Their identity isn't hanging by a thread. They're secure enough to hear the truth. They're secure enough to keep growing. The least confident athletes, on the other hand, often spend the most energy protecting themselves. The most confident athletes are more curious because confidence says, I know what I'm good at and I know I can keep getting better. So if you're an athlete listening to this today, here's my challenge for you. Stop apologizing for confidence. Stop shrinking your strengths. Stop pretending you don't see your own potential. If you've earned confidence, let yourself feel it. If you've worked hard, let yourself appreciate the results. If you believe you can do something special, don't immediately talk yourself out of it. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to boast about it. You don't need to convince anybody else. But you do need to stop hiding it from yourself. Because confidence isn't arrogance. Confidence is an honest acknowledgement of what is possible. And when that confidence is built on effort, preparation, and evidence, it becomes one of the most powerful tools in performance. You've earned it. Now let yourself have it. If this mental toughness moment helped you, subscribe, share it with a teammate, coach, or parent, and remember, you don't become arrogant by recognizing your strengths. You become dangerous when you finally stop apologizing for them.